welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Stories with Sheila. If you haven't already, please subscribe and be part of our mental wealth community as we continue to help ourselves and each other. That's what it's all about, folks. If you don't know me already, I'm Sheila. I am a qualified counsellor, I'm a comedian, and I am a survivor of mental ill health. So I'm very much somebody who has been there and survived all of that. Okay, the story today is called Who's Hot? And it's a follow-on from the last episode about communication, which I hope you enjoyed. It's not about the nail, fabulous stuff. But this week's anyway, folks, so who's hot? Okay, it's about my partner and I have gotten permission to share this, by the way. Okay, so what would happen is that oftentimes my partner would randomly say to me, who's hot? And I go, I am. And he'd go, are you? Okay, so let me just kind of rephrase it again. So what would happen, folks, is that my partner would go, so bear in mind this is my partner, somebody that tells me he finds me attractive, and then he says, who's hot? And I go, I am. And he goes, are you? Okay, so this used to happen quite a lot, and I was noticing how whatever was going on in this exchange, it wasn't making me feel good. So I stopped answering him. So now and again he'd just go, who's hot, who's hot? And I just wouldn't answer him because I was a bit confused by it. But I decided to practice what I preach, and I decided to not make any assumptions and to ask him about this sort of stuff he was saying. So one day I said to him, I said, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but sometimes you just come out with, who's hot? And I used to say, I am. And then you would reply and go, are you? And to be honest with you, it used to make me feel a bit like rubbish, you know, and I was quite confused by it because I thought, well, you're my partner, surely you're with me because you find me attractive, I hope. So why are you saying this? Right, I was so glad I asked. It turns out that in a place he used to work, there was a guy who used to say, who's hot? All the time, but it was about the temperature of the room. So this guy would go, who's hot? Who's hot? And then someone might go, I am. And he'd go, are you? And then he would then go on to either turn up the heaters or turn down the heaters or whatever he needed to do. So the hot was all about temperature. And I was just so pleased that I asked him about this. And now, anytime, it just became a habit for my partner just to randomly say this. And anytime he comes out with it, we just laugh. We laugh our heads off because we catch each other out. Okay, folks, so how is that relevant to me, to you, to all of us, to make our lives easier? Ask, folks, if there's some sort of a communication going on and it doesn't make you feel good or you're confused by it, ask, what do you mean by that? Or can you explain why you say that? Or what's behind that? Ask for an explanation. Don't assume or make assumptions and make an ass out of you and me, because you break down the word assume, it reads S-U-M-E, and ass out of you and me. Don't make assumptions, folks. Ask. Okay, you know what time it is? It is time for Sayings of the Week. Okay, let's see what we got. Aha, okay, well first of all, hold on to remove my hair. By the way, Holly Cash is not here today because Holly Cash is not speaking to me. Yes, Holly Cash was very ill last Friday and I took her to the vet and she had to have a steroid injection, and she basically had a complete fit, was running around the place with a needle hanging out of her body. Not a good look. So she's not happy with me. She's healthier. But she's not happy. Okay, so this saying of the week comes from Shirley Way. Hello Shirley, wow, that's an amazing woman you are, Shirley Way, the amount of work you do. Okay, Shirley says, what goes around comes around. Fabulous. And then she goes on to say, do good and you'll get good back. So what goes around comes around, and that makes me think of karma, folks. And yeah, and I'm a firm believer of coming from good intentions. I kind of think if you wish bad things for other people, I'm not saying you do, Shirley, not at all. I'm just saying in general that sometimes we can wish bad things in other people, and sometimes we become characteristics that we don't even like in other people. So I certainly wouldn't encourage that. I would say, going back to my episode about bullying, is that for the people that don't treat you well or bully you, they can't be happy in themselves, because why would they do that? So I think karma happens anyway, that if somebody's not being fair to you and stuff like that, they just can't be happy in themselves if they're doing that in the first place. So I suppose, yeah, what goes around comes around. Just leave people to be how they are, or you might decide to ask them why are they behaving the way that they're behaving. Okay, thank you so much, Shirley, for that. Okay folks, so it's time for the box. So again, in the box is a choice between a song, so an Irish song, popular tune, original song, or a dance. Now so far we haven't had a dance, okay? Do I just brave a dance anyway? Okay, Irish song, right, we've had that already. Oh look at that, it's a dance. I bet you Joe won't even edit this, right? I bet you she'll show that I just manipulated that. Okay, I'm going to do a dance because I know a couple of people have said to me, I'm just waiting for the day that a dance comes out. Folks, I love to dance. I've always loved to dance, and when you talk about mental health, wow, it's so good for your mental health. Little story before this dance, folks. So I'm going to dance to I'm Too Sexy, Right Said Fred. It's kind of relative to the story I told you. Because I love the idea. Now, okay, get this, folks. I love the idea, right, that regardless of how you look, so it doesn't matter how you look, scars, spots, whatever, doesn't matter, you can choose how you feel about yourself. So for me, that's the cheapest cosmetic surgery ever, that you can choose to feel sexy or to feel good.
My love.
You know you want to dance with me. Okay, if I'm going to dance, I want you to dance with me. Come on. If I'm going to get in front of this camera between my clients, I expect you to do the same. And you know something, folks? Dancing makes you feel good. Come on. Come on. If we were doing a show now, you'd be on up off your seats, and we'd be throwing our hands up in the air, and we just wouldn't care. Ow! Folks, I want you today to put on your favourite tune, and I want you to dance like nobody's watching. And the beauty about this time is, more than likely, nobody's watching, because most of us are isolated. Okay folks, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate that, folks, and I hope you have a great day. See you, bye bye.